Hello, I believe we are live on Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. I've got lots to share with you tonight, and I'm going to be talking about some of the ways you can stamp and craft this summer with me. There's lots of new things that have launched and different things I wanted you to be aware of. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to do a demonstration with some of our new in colors. I did ask in a post, but unfortunately that post didn't get shown a lot, what your favorite in color is for today. So when you come on, please leave me a comment, let me know you're here, and let me know what is your favorite in color, because those are what we're using tonight, and I've got to pick one to make my main card with. So hopefully you can help me with that. So just this week, Stampin' Up! Launched some new crafting kits that you might not be aware of, and I wanted to show those to you. So I'm going to switch screens here. Okay, let me make sure you can see that one. Oh, turn this one off. That one needs to go. Okay, it won't share. Great. It doesn't want to go. Okay, fantastic. That is not cool. Not cool, computer. Okay. Let's see if I can do it this way. It just doesn't want to leave me at all. That is so bizarre. Okay. Well, sorry guys. So I guess I'm just going to show you the kits that I have, and you can get those in my online store right now. So let me switch to the downward camera, and hopefully that one will switch. Okay, that one's not wanting to switch either. Let's see if it will let me. There we go. Okay, let me see if I can switch to that other one. Okay, now it's showing up for the shop screen. So what you're seeing there is my online store. So you'll see this little thing that says the kits collection and also last chance products. So I want to make sure you know about both of those things. So up here, when you're shopping in my online store, make sure that it says up there that you are shopping with Melissa Stout. And first, I'm going to send you over here to where it says sales and specials. We're going to use the little drop down menu and go under last chance products. These are the products from the January through June mini catalog that are retiring. So a lot of the ones that are carrying over, they may not be carrying over as a bundle. So for example, if you wanted this handsomely suited bundle and get the 15% savings on that, you're going to want to get that now rather than waiting another month, because then those will be separated. But also on here, it does mark which ones are retiring. So it'll say retiring soon. And some things even have up to a 50% discount. So for example, the resin hearts are now only $3.50, and this little stamp set right here is also on sale. So you can find some pretty good deals in there. So don't pass that up. And again, you can find that under last chance products, sales and specials. And now I'm going to go over here where it says shop products, and I'm going to go to this kits collection. And we have both card kits and crafting kits. And the great thing about these is the price point is wonderful. So these run from $12 to $19. So it's a great way also to get, just to have a kit on hand to be able to make some cards with. So you can see this one right here. It's called Notes of Cheer. I'll show you how that comes. I do have that one with me, but you have quite a few to choose from. But this is a great way that you could gather with some friends, and you can pick a kit and you can have your own little party. And then we also have crafting kits. So these are more like your 3D items and your mini cards, but again, just really cute little craft kits that you could do. So this would be a great thing for you to get. These are going to rotate throughout the year, so there'll always be new selections, but that's where you'll find them, is under the kits collection. And then the other kit that you might be interested in would be Paper Pumpkin, which is our monthly subscription. If you're just wanting to try it out, I would recommend just purchasing a prepaid subscription. So if you go here where it says prepaid, hit shop now, you can get 1 month for $21. Up to a 12-month subscription for $220. So those are, you know, a great way to keep yourself crafting through the summer as well. So I hope that you'll take a look at those and give those a whirl. So I will show you a little bit of each of those. So let me switch back down to my overhead camera. And let's see. There we go. That should be, there we go. Okay, perfect. So here is that card kit that we saw, and this one is called Notes of Cheer, and I've not opened it yet, but it comes in this cute little box with Stampin' Up on it, and all of your supplies are inside, so you can see you've got everything you need to make those cards. And it looks like you've got enough for 9 cards in there. So, and full instructions also. This particular one doesn't have any stamping with it. It's really just put it together and you've got some quick, cute cards. So these are adorable. Again, this one's only $12, so it's a great buy. You've even got some little embellishment, all your envelopes and your dimensionals in there. So certainly this would be a cute little thing to make this summer. Certainly would keep you crafting. And then I haven't even had a chance to use my Paper Pumpkin kit from last month, but I know it's cute. But Paper Pumpkin is our monthly subscription box. Oh, and look, this one came with bubble gum. So we've got some bubble gum in there. You get a ink spot with each one. And then this one was more of a masculine one. So you've got grandpa, dad, son, uncle, friend. You're the greatest. You're the best. You got mom, brother, all-star. So it's really got more of a baseball theme. And next month is going to come with 2 Stampin' Spots and 2 of those new in colors. So, and you'll also have enough supplies to make 9 cards with that one also. So you have until the 10th of the month to get this month's Expressions in Color Paper Pumpkin Kit. So we'll see what we've got inside here. And I'm not going to demonstrate these tonight, but if you want to see it, there's a Paper Pumpkin Facebook group that there will be a video on, and also there's a Paper Pumpkin YouTube channel too. So these are the cards, and there's 9 cards, 3 each of 3 different designs that you can make with the supplies in this kit. And the great thing is when you're finished making these, you still have leftover supplies that you can use to make other cards. So you can use that stamp set and that ink spot on all sorts of other things. So just really another fun kit. So if you're ordering one of those prepaid subscriptions, you can order other items with that. They'll just ship separately. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. But do order by the 10th of the month if you want to get the next kit. All right, I'm gonna put my bubble gum and my little stamp set, and that's a really cute stamp set. It's a nice big one too. So if you need masculine cards, that would have been a great one to get. And then the final one that I want to show you is the card kit that I designed for this month. So you have until the 14th of the month to order this, and I'll provide the link to my blog. It's the last blog post that I did, but you can look up Sweet Symmetry on my blog and you'll be able to see this one. But it contains all the pre-cut supplies for you to make 8 different cards. So I'll just show you those really quickly. And everything's pre-cut. You'll also get a PDF tutorial that'll give you some tips on putting those together and all of the measurements if you want to recreate those. So just a really fun, bright card kit that I've created for you. You'll also get half a pack of this designer series paper, some dimensionals, and an embellishment too. And there we go. So let me show you that Sweet Symmetry stamp set. It comes in a bundle with this punch as well. I don't think you can see that very well with the glare, but it's a little leaf punch there. Okay. And then this is the Sweet Symmetry stamp set. So you can order just the class kit. So if you already have this or you have something similar and you don't want to buy another stamp set like that, feel free to substitute something that you've got at home. You can easily do that, but you will need the stamps and the ink to complete the cards. I'm providing you with all the paper. Everything's pre-cut that way for you. So you can order just the card kit, which comes with the pre-cut cardstock, more designer series paper, dimensionals, and an embellishment. You can do the card kit and add on the bundle as well. And then if you do either one of those, you're going to get the PDF tutorial. And then if you want just the PDF tutorial, you don't want any of the supplies, if you're a demonstrator and you're wanting to do these for a class or for your own use, I will have just the PDF tutorial available. But again, if you want this one, make sure you get it ordered by, June 14th, I believe is the cutoff date I have on that. So now, if you are on right now, let me know what your favorite new in color is. If you don't know what they are, I'm getting ready to show those to you with the items that we're going to use tonight. So a lot of times in the catalog, there's certain products that don't necessarily come across, as pretty as they actually are in person. And one of those is the new in color Shimmer Vellum. This stuff is gorgeous. And I really haven't seen anybody use it. I mean, I honestly can't believe it because it's that pretty. But it is a vellum paper, and it has this just beautiful iridescent shimmer to it. So it is just absolutely gorgeous. This right here is Soft Succulent, which is kind of like a light green, and I love that. Then we have Polished Pink, and if you've ever had the shimmery white cardstock, it's kind of like that, but on vellum. It's just gorgeous. It just has such a beautiful sparkle to it. I think you're able to catch that with the light there, but yes, absolutely beautiful. This one is Evening Evergreen, and it's just a bit darker green. Again, absolutely gorgeous. Then we have Fresh Freesia, just a really light pale purple. And then we have Pale Papaya. So do we have any votes on which color we want to use? Right now I'm planning to go with Fresh Freesia unless I hear something otherwise. But this is what we're going to use for our card demonstration tonight. And in the packet you get 2 sheets of each color, and they come in this 12 by 12 size. So you've got plenty to make the cards that I'm going to show you tonight. So let me start, and I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in, and I'm just going to go with the Fresh Freesia. That's the one that I've heard from most people that they like. So we're going to use that one, and I've already done a couple in some other colors, so you'll see those at the end too. So I am going to cut this at 4 1/4 inches. So I'm going to just go ahead and line that up in there. And get right on top of that there. Make sure I've got it. And using my darker one there. And then I'm just going to go ahead and cut off 1 inch because I know I want that 4 1/2 inches by 11. Let's not do that. Perfect. All right. And then I want to score this at 5 1/2 inches. So I'm just going to line that up, and we're going to lightly score it across a couple of times. You don't want to go too hard on this because if you do, it will tear that paper, but you've got to go enough that it does put a little bit of a line. And I found, honestly, that I had to do it on both sides. I just didn't want to wrinkle the paper too much, but you do want to get enough of a score line on there. And I will use a bone folder on this. I always have people say, use the bone folder. And I think people think I don't want to use a bone folder, but I do. I just don't usually have it out and handy at all times. So let me fold that up. And this is what I'm calling a Shimmer Vellum overlay card. All right. So I've got that folded up nicely. And it's a good weight, but we're going to actually reinforce that too. Okay. So my next step that I want to do is I'm going to create a template. And we are using the Art and Bloom stamp set and dies and the Bloom embossing folder. So I've already done one video on those. If you missed that video, go look on my YouTube channel and you will find it. I don't have that card here handy, but it's a pink and black and gold and very popular. So go take a look for that one. If you've probably already seen it if you've been on any of my channels already. But what we're going to do is create a template for stamping, because we're going to stamp and emboss on that vellum. So I've got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And I'm starting with a piece of basic black cardstock. And this has just been cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 so that it measures the same as what the size of my finished card will be. And if you watch the other video, you know that we want to line up with this little line. So I want my paper, I'm going to kind of center my paper in there, but I want it at that line so that everything is centered up. And I've got it swinging around just a little bit. There we go. Okay, so once that's done, well, it keeps moving on me. All right, I'm going to probably take it off camera here just so I can make sure I've got it right. Okay, then on the top part of it, I'm going to line up my die, because this folder will cut and emboss at the same time. So I'm going to close this up over that. And let's see, maybe I can scooch my paper a little better this way. I'll tell you, I don't have trouble normally doing this, but I do have to hold it a weird way for the camera to see it. And that's part of the problem. I promise it really isn't that difficult if you are able to do it without people watching. Okay, so I've got it lined up. I've got the bottom of my paper on the line. I've got it pretty even in there, and I've got my die on there. So for this one, you're going to need your bottom plate, which I believe is the number 1 plate. It'll have a 1 on there. Then you're going to put your die in with the fold first, and then the number 4 plate on top. And all of those plates come with this machine, so you don't have to worry about buying an additional machine. But we're doing this so that we know where to place our stamp. This is just a template. It's not actually any part of our finished design. But look how cool this is. It actually cut and embossed these. And so there's a lot of detail with them too. So you can see, isn't that cool? All right, so we're going to use this piece right here. And we'll come back to all of that. Now you can use just the die by itself. You can use just the embossing folder by itself. You can do that in a lot of different ways. But we're just going to use the embossing folder next for our final step on it. All right, let me get that out of the way. There's lots of bits and pieces here. So I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus. And put that right here. Let me get everything lined up. Okay. So I always have to kind of think about this. So this is how it went into the folder. And this is what kind of confused me a little bit. So it's going into the folder like so. And what I want is I'm going to want my card to go into the folder like this. So I want my card to get stamped like this also. So it's going to be easier for me. So this is the way I want it. I'm going to turn it this way so that when I do put it into the folder, it's going to stamp correctly. So I know that might be kind of confusing, but I think once you see what I'm doing with it, you'll understand. So I'm putting this here, and that is my template for knowing where to stamp. So now I'm going to line up my stamp inside that black piece. So you can see that's right there. So what's going to happen is when I go to emboss this fresh freesia thing, it's going to stamp on the area that raises those flowers. So I see what you're asking. Can you emboss and die cut with the Big Shot? Yes, I have not done it with this one, but it's only with that particular folder. That is a hybrid embossing folder. So I'm not sure exactly. You'd probably have to play around with your sandwiches a little bit, but I'm sure you could probably do that. All right, so we're going to emboss on this vellum, and I am going to just rub my embossing buddy. Now this is the only thing I'm showing you in this video that Stampin' Up! Doesn't carry anymore. You can probably find something like this on Amazon. They're called anti-static pads, but really with vellum, because everything sticks to it, you're really going to want to use something like that. And then I'm going to use a Versamark pad. We're going to go ahead and ink those flowers up really nicely. Those good. And make sure I get that smashed on there really, really good. All right, and we'll take that off. Now I know you can't really see the stamping on there, but we're going to bring in some gold embossing powder. I promise you, this is a gorgeous card when it's done. So I'm going to pour that open. And the gold embossing powder is now sold in a set with all the different metallics. So you'd get copper and silver. So you'd have all different kinds. So you can see that right there. So while I'm dumping that back in, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my heat tool. So I've got my heat tool. And I hate to do that when I'm doing a live video because it makes so much noise, but I thought it would be good for you to see exactly how that embossing powder is going to melt. So I'm letting that heat up pretty good first before I just go right at it, because you want it pretty hot. You don't want to have to like run it over that for a really long time. So, oh, I smudged just a tiny bit. We could fix that. All right, so I'm going to hit it. And I'll try to get close here so you can see. But you really want to kind of come both the top and the bottom. Vellum has a tendency to melt pretty easily, so you don't want to burn this. You want to kind of touch the heat to it and bring it away. And it will melt from both sides. And if you don't heat from both sides, a lot of times you will get some warping of the paper. You may still get some anyway, but by the time we emboss it through the machine, you'll notice a difference to it also. And really, I'm not even worrying about that spot that I smudged. I could fix it and put it back in the Stamparatus and line that up perfectly and restamp it. But with what we're going to do to this, I don't think it's going to matter. So the main thing I see in my classes that I've done is people don't complete the embossing. So if you have any areas, so after you've embossed that, you really want to look it over And if any of those areas look dull instead of shiny, then you want to heat that up again because you want all of that powder melted. None of it should come off. That should be right there and right in place. So it really shouldn't be doing anything else. All right, so we're gonna bring our Big Shot back in. I'm gonna wait just a second to do that because I'm gonna show you how I line this up. So I am gonna line this line here up with the line on the embossing folder. I'm going to do that part first. And then I want to kind of hold this up to my light. So I'm going to take it off camera just so I can make sure. But when I hold that up to the light, I can see if those flowers are lined up in there. Now this time I did not put the cutting in there because I just want these to emboss. I don't want them to cut. I just want that area embossed. So I'm going to bring this up again. Turn it around this way. And again, I've got my plate number 1 here. We're going to put our plate number 4 in. But the tip here is to have that end at the line that's on the embossing folder. So I don't have it all the way there. I just want it up to that line. And that way, the back part of that vellum overlay is not going to emboss. All right, I've got that through, and wait till you see this. This ends up being gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. And I think I got one of my puppy's hairs in there. That doesn't happen to anybody else, does it? Okay, so you can see I've got it embossed. I've got it heat embossed, so you've got that gold shimmer in there, and it ends up being just absolutely gorgeous, okay? So now we have to finish off our card. So we've got a few things left to do. Let me find all my papers here. All right, so a couple things I did. I stamped Dear Friend earlier, and I did that with gold embossing. And then I took some of that soft succulent shimmer vellum and I cut a couple of leaves with that, and all of those are in that same paper pack. And then I cut a piece of white cardstock and a piece of the fresh freesia cardstock. And the white, I cut just a little extra off of the bottom because I want that to fit inside there. So we're going to grab some adhesives. Let me get those over here. And you could use really whatever you want. These are my go-tos, or my dimensionals and that. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on this back piece of the vellum. Let me get the little boogers off of there. All right, maybe I have to poke it too. Let me grab another one. I only have like 50 of these over here, so. All right, so I'm just gonna put that there because I really want a place that you can write a message on this. So I'm going to place my white piece of cardstock on the inside of that. I'm going to go ahead and fold that over. And you'll see there's just a little bit of extra space there at the bottom, but I want that to fold over nicely. Okay. And that way I have a place to put any type of greeting or anything like that that I want on there. Then I'm going to take the back of it, and let's see, I've got a little space there. I've got to get some more glue on. So let's glue that down good. And because vellum shows almost all of anything you do with adhesive, I'm also going to put one on the back. And that will also kind of darken this up a little bit too. But it's going to give it a little more finished look. So again, I'm going to turn that over. It looks like I will have to trim a little bit off the side of this too, but that's okay. We can do that after the fact. Okay, so again, when you open it, you'll have the white there, and then the back gives that just a little bit more substance. So I'm glad you like that. It is. This paper is just gorgeous, and it's kind of one of those hidden gems in the catalog that I think, you know, you probably just didn't even notice it hardly. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on my leaves. Not too worried about that showing through. It'll be okay if it does. And we're just going to hold that in place for a second. And we'll do the other one here too. Just that vellum is a little slicker than most of your things. You could even use some glue dots. That would hold pretty well too. But again, just a couple of leaves on there. And then I want to take the little dear friend, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of it. I'm going to pop it up. And I'll add all the supplies to this video at the end. It'll be in the description. If you're watching on YouTube, the replay, it'll be in the description on the video there. Okay. And then as a finishing touch, I want to add some in-color jewels. And if you placed an order last month, you got some of these as your thank you. And this month's thank you is to get the tutorial for that Sweet Symmetry class. You will get that for free with a $50 order. So I'm just going to add a few of these, and these come in all of those same colors that have the shimmer. So how cool is that, that you can match all of those together. So again, I'm going to add 5 of those, and we have our beautiful finished card. Okay, so make sure I will link the video for the other card that was made with the Art and Bloom stamp set at the end of this. It'll be in the comments of the Facebook video, and it'll be at the end of the video here. Here is one that I did with the Evening Evergreen, and then I just took an extra flower and I cut that one out. So just popping that one up. So same exact scenario. I didn't do the stamping on this one, so I didn't do the gold on this one at all, but you can see it's just as gorgeous. It really picks up all that shimmer. So these would be perfect for wedding cards or anything like that. And then here is a pink, the polished pink. And again, using all of those jewels, same type of layout as there. So I do hope that you liked all of those. And again, if you have any questions about anything, just leave me a comment. I go back through those over the next 24 hours and I'll answer any comments, questions you have. Always appreciate your orders and sharing of the video. Thank you so much for watching tonight. I'm going to start trying to move the live videos to 9 o'clock on Wednesdays through the summer. That might not work next week because Bella has her dance recital and all of our rehearsals are next week, but it may just get pushed a little later, but I'll know closer to then. So thank you for coming tonight, and I will see you soon. Take care.